When it comes to something like this, multiplying binomials, once you understand how it works, it's just a matter of practicing it. So I want to make sure that we understand that big picture. Ultimately, you're taking these two items and multiplying by these two items, and you have to do it, one item at a time. So I like to start with this 5x, and I like to just say, let's take the first and the first. There's a term for this called FOIL. It doesn't matter really that you know that stands for the first, the outer, the inner, and the last, but it might be a good reminder, and it's at least a name we can give it. So the first means you're going to take the first term times the first term. That's your first. And 5x times x is going to give you a 5x squared. Now the outer terms means you're still taking this, but you're going to multiply it by the other outer. When we talk outer, when you're looking at stuff that's inside, stuff that's outside, it's the outer terms you're multiplying together. And 5x times a 2 with no x is going to be a 10x. There's no x squared because you only have one x that you're multiplying by a non-x over here. Now the I is the inner. Now we've done everything we can with the 5x. We've multiplied it by both of these. Okay, and so now we've got to take the -3 and multiply it by both, basically, another way of looking at it. But that's the inner. So -3 times x is a -3x. And lastly, we're going to take this and multiply it by that. Now everything's been combined once we do the -3 times +2. It's a -6. Putting it together this way, you're going to have like terms that are usually identified in the middle. And so that's a 10x minus 3x is a 7x. And so that by itself, you've got a 5x squared. This now is the combination of that plus 7x and then the -6 at the end. This is done the same way. Just do your first, your outer, your inner, and your last. And you should be able to crank that guy out of there as well.